and touch those tanks. Can you imagine the smell, the pollution that they lived across the street from? When we rode through there and where the kids go to school, it was just unbelievable. It made me cry. It was unbelievable. You know, like you hear about it, but to actually go on what they call the toxic tour and see that. And so I've been a fighter ever since. And I found my niche because I'm also, well, I was a preschool teacher for 20 years, so I love children. And I have talents, I'm also an artist. And so we put together a coloring book trying to tell the children about lead and washing your hands and noise pollution, which now our younger generations got both ears plugged up, not just one. You know what I mean? They're killing their decibels. But, you know, so I'm just saying when you get a chance, once this is over, if you stop by the table, and I'm definitely a crayon fan because right on the box it tells you non-toxic. So when your child's fingers are sweating or they're wet and the pores are open, they're not getting that lead. They're not getting, you know, phthalates and all that in their skin. So I'm sorry, I didn't go up here and say all that, but I just had to give Michelle some props. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And now we are witnesses to this undeniable, indescribable birth. As a matter of fact, we were made stewards of this great place called Mother Earth. God fashioned out the clouds in the sky, the leaves on the trees, the oceans and seas, and all the little fish swimming by. You see, it's our job to water it, nourish it, and do our best to take care of it. I seem to remember, and so should you, that along with positive thoughts, there's some negativity too. Those big manufacturers and chemical companies, they're reaching out and swallowing up more than their fair share. You see, they get the credit for the chemicals down the drain and pollution in our air. It just seems so unfair. But I remember back in the beginning, when farmers and their families were winning, fruits and vegetables were plentiful. They didn't have to go around racking their brains and worrying about chemicals and things being dumped in their waterways and entering their wells. Can't you just tell? Great. Granted, please just help me to understand it. So that's why I say to you, and you, join our organization, such as the Delaware Concerned Residents for Environmental Justice. We meet monthly with an agenda in place to set policies and rulings to face those giants, to scale back for the problems that we now face. However, we're smart enough to know that this work can't be done alone. You see, it's a heavy, heavy load that we're carrying, but it's worth sharing. So I challenge you to join our organization. But keep in mind, we came out today to celebrate the season of creation while in the season of harvest time. So continue to lift your voices, make wise choices, continue to fight and do what's right to ensure that our planet will survive and get up out of those dark nights. You see, because in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. The sky was also blue and the grass was green. Not a trace of chemicals or smog or pollution was on scene. You could easily breathe without inhalers and oxygen masks. You see, my sisters and brothers, this is why it's so important that we perform that God-given talents, the least that we could do upon His birth, that we would be good stewards and take care of Mother Earth. And so you see, before you leave today, again, just stop by the tables and check us out and see what it is that each one of us has to say. Thank you.
Amen.